I admitted to stabbing somebody at the age of 15 more than 10 times from a robbery going bad.
The Boston rapper Young Cartel caught some media attention for his rap lyrics and music back in 2015. Getting involved in the street life almost cost him his life, but he never learned his lesson. In fact, he managed to kill his rap career because he talked to the cops and he broke the street code. In the realm of the internet's past, there emerged a character known as Young Cartel, who despite the moniker, had aged to 31 years old. Back in 2015, this enigmatic figure experienced a momentary rise to online notoriety, becoming somewhat semi-viral during the war in Iraq area. Yet as swiftly as he emerged, he vanished from the digital landscape, leaving behind mere traces of his presence. During those times, Young Cartel came to the attention of DJ Academics, a prominent online personality, after allegedly engaging in dubious dealings with Chicago rapper Billionaire Black. It was said that Young Cartel had purportedly supplied Billionaire Black with fake lean, a potent concoction frequently referenced in rap world. This deceptive act prompted a heated confrontation with Billionaire Black, determined to track down Young Cartel, even resorting to threats of violence, all of which unfolded in a dramatic series of events showcased on the platform of Instagram.
Real across Chicago time, Young Cartel said, upload my bankroll. I think I can't know how you made this. Talking about your broke ass call me out there, all that fake ass lean. Real money. Upload a video, say what time. Right now, talk about a little. I'll beat your ass, my bitch gonna blow you down. You ain't out here.
In an intriguing twist of events, a deeper dive into the Young Cartel's past shows a curious encounter between Young Cartel and the renowned artist Waka Flocka during one of his shows in Boston. However, this meeting proved to be less than harmonious, culminating in Young Cartel being forcibly ejected from the event. Shortly thereafter, a startling incident unfolded as a vehicle was broken into, setting off a chain reaction of online drama. Young Cartel took to the internet, making a bold demand to $50,000 for the return of Southside 808's laptop. This individual happened to be Waka Flocka Flame's producer, sparking a heated exchange between the two factions.
$50,000 full of files. I want $50,000 cash for this 50 laptop. Racks to get your laptop back. $50,000, you ain't getting call my phone. Stop calling my phone if you ain't got 50 bands.
As tensions escalated, Young Cartel confronted Waka Flocka Flame in an unexpected location, a Chinese restaurant, asserting that he had indeed expelled the artist from Boston. Despite the confrontation, Waka appeared undeterred, expressing his nonchalant demeanor with a succinct message shared via Twitter. The games these kids played to become famous. The situation proved to be a captivating glimpse into the intersecting lives of these enigmatic figures, leaving the online community both intrigued and perplexed. In a gripping turn of events, the unfolding drama took a darker twist as Waka Flocka Flame opted for a peaceful approach, while Southside, in contrast, chose to escalate the situation, taking to Twitter to reveal Young Cartel's true identity, Joshua Graves, and share a police interview from 2008. In that interview, Southside accused Joshua of being a snitch, adding fuel to the already tense situation. The backdrop of this disturbing revelation was Young Cartel's 16th birthday, which should have been a joyous occasion. However, Boston police surprised him with an arrest warrant for grave charges, including assault with intent to murder, armed robbery, and assault and battery. The police investigation led them to Josh's whereabouts, finding him staying with his mother in Braintree. Upon confirming this information with Josh's mom, the detectives, accompanied by Braintree police, promptly arrived at the apartment and transported him to the C11 Dorchester District Police Station. At that station, Josh, just a young teenager, faced a harrowing interrogation, with both of his parents present during the afternoon hours. His parents signed the juvenile Miranda form. The interview proceeding. Josh recounted the events leading up to the alleged crime, stating that he was with two homies who had actually already been apprehended at that point. According to Josh's account, one of his friend's girlfriends was involved in setting up a robbery of the victim, which centered around the theft of a sidekick's cell phone. When the victim exited Paparino's Pizza, Josh and his friends followed him to the corner of Toplift and Longfellow, where the robbery took place. Josh admitted having a gun, but claimed he didn't brandish it, and that's when he asserted that it was his friend who assaulted and stabbed the victim, while another accomplice took the money and the cell phone. In response to the troubling paperwork that emerged, Young Cartel vehemently denied its authenticity, labeling it all as fake. However, the detective who conducted the interview was checked, and the details provided in the report matched the address connected to Josh's ma, confirming the accuracy of the information. And the disturbing revelations continued to emerge. The online community was left to grapple with the complexities of this unfolding narrative, questioning the implications of Josh's past and the ramifications for his present and future. The saga that began with internet notoriety and fleeting fame now entangled itself in a web of serious allegations, leaving those who followed the tale in a state of curiosity and unease. Following the gravity of the robbery and stabbing incident, Josh, or as he was known in the online world, Young Cartel, faced the consequences of his actions. The courts found him guilty, leading to his conviction and subsequent incarceration in the Department of Youth Services, commonly referred to as DYS. Within the state of Massachusetts, DYS served as the juvenile prison where young offenders were held. Josh's sentencing left him behind bars, a difficult reality he claimed to endure until reaching the age of 18. During this time, his personal journey took a sorrowful turn, as his own neighborhood, once possibly a pillar of support, turned its back on him. The allegations of snitching appeared to carry severe repercussions, alienating him from those he once knew and causing him to face the harsh realities of solitude and isolation within the confines of the juvenile justice system. As his days passed within the walls of DYS, rising fame of Young Cartel became a distant memory, overshadowed by the grim realities of life behind bars. His journey now intertwined with the complexities of the justice system. He grappled with the consequences of his past actions and the weight of his choices that had led him down this path. The aftermath of Young Cartel's release from juvenile prison marked a tragic turn in his life, as a serious and violent incident unfolded in March of 2013. At the center of this heartbreaking story was 15-year-old Rob Sweeney, who had recently moved to Dorchester along with his 12-year-old brother James. With a desire to make new connections, the brothers frequented a basketball court at Fields Corner, where they often found themselves as the only two white boys in a crowd of local teens. One day while playing ball, Rob noticed a teenager flaunting a knife on the court. Witnessing this concerning behavior, James recalled seeing the same individual hold the knife to someone's neck before that person left the scene. As the game continued, James executed a fake shot, prompting the teenager with the knife, later identified as 19-year-old Young Cartel, to jump and block his shot, resulting in a fall. Following this, Young Cartel pushed James, who retaliated by throwing a basketball at Young Cartel's face. In response, Young Cartel attacked the 12-year-old, leading to a disturbing chain of events. James's 15-year-old brother tried to defend this younger sibling, punching Young Cartel in the face, triggering a whole group of teenagers to join in, violently assaulting the two brothers. In the midst of this brutal attack, Young Cartel drew his knife out and inflicted serious wounds on Rob, stabbing him in the side and slashing his arm. Once the violence subsided, witnesses saw Young Cartel standing amidst the aftermath, his knife and lip both stained with blood. Rob and James sought refuge at a nearby gas station, where an ambulance eventually arrived to take Rob to the hospital. His injuries were severe, with a lacerated liver requiring him to be hospitalized for 4 days. In the following year, Young Cartel remained a wanted individual until a man named Markeem Finklesonle came forward and confessed to the police. Markeem claimed that Young Cartel had stabbed Rob during the incident. Notably, Markeem had known Young Cartel for 13 years and was facing legal repercussions himself. Initially, he attempted to implicate others to avoid punishment, but later, when facing a grand jury, he decided to tell the truth, which led to Young Cartel's eventual arrest. This tragic event became a defining moment in Young Cartel's life, altering the trajectory of his career and further complicating his already tumultuous reputation. The consequences of that day reverberated through the lives of everyone involved, leaving a stark reminder of the devastating impact of violence, choices made in the heat of the moment. The saga of Young Cartel, filled with twists and turns, seemed to be governed by the intricate workings of karma. Having been involved in snitching on a friend, he faced a taste of his own medicine when another friend turned the tables on him. In December of 2016, Young Cartel's actions caught up to him, leading to a significant prison sentence of 5 to 5.5 years, ultimately bringing his rap career to a premature end. Inside the confines of prison, his past actions continued to haunt him. An inmate from Wendover Street confronted Young Cartel, allegedly pressuring him to acknowledge his snitching allegations, putting him in a very uncomfortable position. In 2020, after serving his time, Young Cartel re-entered the world outside of prison and sought to rebuild his life. He managed to find employment with the MBTA and kept a low pro until June of 2023, when he agreed to sit down for an interview with Cam Capone.
So what you probably said, like, we don't know where that laptop at. That laptop, that shit gone.
However, this newfound exposure would prove to be a double-edged sword.
What you think this rap shit bring with that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
So what type of time you on now, man? Because I see you trying to change your image.
Young Cartel's return to the spotlight drew attention from CWTFB Radio, and during his interview with them, he faced a barrage of tough questions, particularly regarding his past snitching allegations. The host did not shy away from confronting him about these sensitive matters, leading to a less than favorable reception by Young Cartel. The situation worsened when CWTFB Radio shared an Instagram audio clip in which Young Cartel's co-defendant could be heard confronting him over the phone, further adding to the scrutiny surrounding him. Throughout these interviews, Young Cartel vehemently denied any involvement in snitching, asserting that he remained active on Holmes Avenue upon his release from juvenile prison. However, his statements seemed to generate some confusion and skepticism among the listeners. In a surprising twist, though, he also chose to shout out Boston rapper G. Fredo during the interviews, a controversial figure who gained notoriety with his song Die Holmes, featuring violent and provocative lyrics that allegedly diss and rival gangs. The story of Young Cartel remained shrouded in controversy, revealing the complex consequences of one's actions, the power of public perception, and the ever-shifting dynamics within the world of rap and the streets. As he attempted to reassert his presence in the music scene, Young Cartel found himself walking a fine line between redemption and scrutiny. The narrative surrounding him continued to evolve, reflecting the intricacies of a life filled with twists and turns, regrets, and aspirations. In his music, Cartel addressed some of the issues that we brought up during the video. Such was the case with the snitching allegations. On his track Lifestyle, Young Cartel reflected on the arrest, and he rapped, "Never made a statement on some shit incriminating. All that time I was facing, did it, and J popped out." And in another interview that he did recently, Cartel said that he admitted to the crime he committed, and that he never tried to put the blame on anyone else. There were no co-defendants in his case, according to him.
I was found guilty of it. Matter of fact, I pled guilty. I wasn't even found guilty. I admitted to stabbing somebody at the age of 15 more than 10 times from a robbery going bad.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I pled guilty to. It was armed robbery with assault, with armed robbery with a deadly weapon, intent to murder.